What's up, guys? Today, I want to talk about one of the craziest veteran benefits out there, the post 9/11 GI Bill, aka Chapter 33. This is Jason with Military Bottom Line, and I'm here to just show all military members the opportunities that exist for you to set yourself up for success down the road. Everything from financial fitness to personal and professional development. I am a firm believer all you need is one contract to set yourself up financially and physically for a fruitful and successful life after the military. If you want to learn more about this, just subscribe to the channel. In today's world, where taking out tens of thousands of dollars in student loan is the norm, the GI Bill, the post 9/11 GI Bill, is one of the most underrated benefits out there. And it's an opportunity to immediately set yourself ahead of your peers. As my friend Adam said in episode 14 of the Military Bottom Line podcast.
Dude, the GI Bill, especially the post 9/11 GI Bill, dude, that is the most delicious thing, I think.
For those pursuing higher education, it truly is delicious. Just as delicious as hitting the like button for the YouTube algorithm, of course. Let's talk a little bit about who rates the GI Bill. So anybody who accumulates 90 days or more of federal active duty service after September 11th, 2001 rates this benefit. It is essentially a guarantee to anybody who enlists after September 11th, 2001. If they sign up active duty, it's a guarantee. It's part of their contract. They're obviously going to get 90 days. However, if you sign up in the National Guard after 2001, you're not guaranteed to get this benefit. Because the National Guard is a state-run entity, you are not guaranteed to get 90 days of federal service, federal orders that would go towards this benefit. There are opportunities, but just keep in mind, it is not a guarantee. What really is the GI Bill and why is it so good? This is the best part. The post 9/11 GI Bill provides 36 months of education benefits. The first and the biggest part that the post 9/11 GI Bill covers is tuition and fees. For the maximum benefit, the post 9/11 GI Bill will cover 100% of tuition at any public in-state school. Yes, there are limits to how much the GI Bill will cover for a private school, but there are plenty of programs to make up the difference there. The GI Bill also covers $1,000 per education year towards books and materials. The craziest part about this opportunity, this benefit, is the monthly stipend. This is where it gets good. Essentially, the post 9/11 GI Bill will pay you every month to be enrolled in a program in a higher education pursuing a degree. So there are a couple things that come into play for the amount that you can receive. One, are you a full-time student or a part-time student? Are you an online student or an in-person student? And what is the zip code that you are going to school in? The VA pays BAH based on your location and at E5 with dependence rate. There is a massive window of potential stipend sizes that comes from this. If you look at the BAH rates, the lowest rate is Jonestown, Pennsylvania, with only $897 per month as a stipend. On the other end of the spectrum, if you go to school at some place like University of California, San Francisco, your monthly stipend is $4,614. That's absurd. That's absurd. Most people who are enlisted in the military don't even make that while they're actually working. And now they're going to pay you more than you were getting paid while you're working to just go to school. It's pretty crazy. But it's worth noting, keep this in mind, that that amount is based on the cost of living in the area. So don't pick a school just because the BAH rates are super high and it looks great. It looks like you're going to be pocketing a bunch of money. That's not necessarily the case. It is high because it's expensive to live there. It is also worth noting that if you were to finish your 4-year degree and you still have, say, a month or two of the GI Bill left somehow, then that month or two of the GI Bill is still usable. Just because a semester or a certificate program is 4, 5, 6, however many months, you're not necessarily going to get a whole nother degree out of it, but because the billable periods for college are typically by the semester, if you have 1 month left, that 1 month will round up to your full semester. So all you need is 1 day left to to close that billable period, if that makes sense. So just consider if you have a couple days left and you want to go pursue something extra, you can get those couple days to count for a lot more. I do have a couple warnings for you if you're going to be using the GI Bill. I want to stress this, that the GI Bill is not supposed to be and should not be used for schooling while you are in the military. I have made another video, I'll link it above, that shows how many opportunities there are to get funding for school while you're on active duty and even pocket some money. If you use the GI Bill while you are on active duty, you are not eligible to receive that monthly stipend. That means the opportunity cost of using the GI Bill while on active duty could be as high as $4,600 a month because you're not going to be getting that stipend while you're on active duty. If you were to get out, use the GI Bill, you are going to be getting that stipend. So keep that in mind. Don't use it. It should be a last resort for covering tuition while on active duty. I really just avoid it. Wait to use it until you get out. The other thing I want to stress is that the GI Bill is not your job. Going to school is not your job. You should not be using the GI Bill just to take some classes, do whatever the VA says you have to do in order to receive that monthly stipend. If you're not using the GI Bill to educate yourself and prepare yourself to be marketable for a job, you're entirely wasting it. Have a long-term perspective. Think long-term when you're using the GI Bill and have a plan. Don't just use it to get that monthly stipend. Use it to receive certificates, degrees, something that's going to make you marketable for a job. Because if you're only using it for the stipend, then you're going to run out 36 months later. You're going to be out of money, out of GI Bill, and you're going to have no more marketability for a civilian career. When you're using it, make sure you have a plan. You know what degree you're going for. You know what school you're going to. So you can easily run out of GI Bill if you don't have a set goal in mind and are constantly working towards that. Every time you make a change to your education plan, your school, or your long-term goal, you run the risk of running out of GI Bill. So make sure you're planning ahead and you have a plan. You know what you want before you actually use that benefit. Otherwise, you can run out. It's also worth noting before you go ahead and use this benefit that it doesn't have to be used on an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree. It can be used at trade schools. It can be used at graduate level programs or doctorate level programs. It can be used at any level, especially like if you're just going to use it for a state school, there are state public schools that you can become an MD at. So consider what your long-term plan is and think about, okay, I could go to an undergrad program. I could pay out of pocket super cheap and then use the GI Bill where it really counts at this graduate level where it's $80,000, $100,000, something crazy a year, and make sure you're maximizing that benefit because you could be getting more out of that benefit than you actually think. So make sure you're considering what you want long-term, your long-term goals, and kind of calculate out where can you get the most out of this benefit. It's not likely going to be at a community college. It's not likely going to be, working on your associate's degree. So consider how long you want to be in school for and what the ultimate goal is, because the GI Bill can pay for some pretty high level and fancy schools. So keep that in mind. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video about the GI Bill. It is super incredible. I know a lot of people that they've used it for bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, or even learning and getting their pilot's license and the many follow-on certificates that come along with that. Really hope you guys kind of think about it and strategize how to use it, because there are ways to set yourself ahead, not only by graduating college debt-free, but getting that monthly stipend where you can be financially stable and financially secure while you're getting that degree and really focus on that program. So make sure you guys are having a plan before you actually start using it. Use it wisely, use it carefully. Think of it as having a monetary value of $100,000 plus. If you had $100,000 in your bank account, I hope you wouldn't just go squander it on like, I don't know, a truck or like vacations or something. Think about how you can strategically use that asset to move you forward and prepare you for the next step of life. All right, guys, that's it. Let me know what you thought about the video in the comments. Have you used the GI Bill? Are you preparing to use the GI Bill? What are your education goals, and how can you get this GI Bill to work for you? So like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment something below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks a lot. See you guys next time.